it has a lot to do with like self-worth.
Not only with that, but when you set that level for yourself, when you dress immodestly, you set a level of respect, not only that you have for yourself, but that you're commanding from others.
And if power they're searching for is more attainable when they dress modestly.
Stop equating men and women as the same.
It makes me struggle if I see a girl that's wearing a skirt up to their, you know.
Women in promiscuity.
But a woman that lets anybody just fuck her.
Woman's right to choose and she has the right over her own body. No, that's not true.
She's worthless.
Sex has never been ordained because, in fact, it was the first sin, Adam and Eve, and the serpent.
People that fuck for money on camera.
Sexual market value and your desirability as a potential partner and wife.
She's worthless. She's worthless. She's worthless. Worthless. Worthless.
A slut.
A slut.
Slut.
A slut. But
she's worthless.
I need a freak to be my home computer set. I need a freak with curly hair. When I need this freak, I need her to be there. I need a freak with flying curves. I need a super freak to calm my nerves. I need a freak with long hair. A super freak in underwear. I need a freak to treat me right. I need a freak every day and every night. I want a freak exclusively, so that she'll only come to satisfy me. I need a freak, I really do. I want a freak, one who acts and looks like you. Oh, you know I need a freak. Hear what I say? I need a freak to get me through the day. I need a freak.
My definition of a slut is that sluts don't exist.
I sell my photos and videos. People usually just think that like it's all like, oh, selling nudes or whatever, but like I have videos as well. I enjoy doing it because it's really easy and I be masturbating all the time anyway, so why not get it on video and sell it? So I don't mind it. Sometimes the customers are really fucking nice and I enjoy that. Like it makes my day whenever someone's like understanding and stuff. But sometimes they can be shitty, and you know, so is life. Females have, or just anyone who is like promiscuous actually, like who like has sex often or is sexual, like to use that word and reclaim it as theirs. It's like hoe, slut, bitch, like no, sometimes you can say like bitch in different connotations and stuff and it doesn't mean a negative thing. And I feel like that's what they did with the word slut. And I think it's okay to be used in that way, but a lot of times people use it in a negative way, especially like males towards women. And it's just, like it's annoying and they will like use us using the word slut back against us, you know? Like, and it's just like really dumb and like they don't understand like the whole like reclaiming thing. And I just feel like people shouldn't be using it in that negative way that they are using, like to attack and insult women especially. It's just like a funny word to me. Like I think it's like used in a humorous way, like that's how I use it. So I'll refer to myself as a slut and it will just mean like that bitch who likes to have sex in like a non like degrading way. This is your body, you know, like you get to do whatever you want with it. If you want to make money with it, then like that's like more power to you. Like that is something you have control over and like you are your own boss and everything, you know? These are like men, like I don't understand why people don't get like men don't get as much hate for it than women do, if that makes sense. They'll talk about it in raps and stuff and like as soon as like a prostitute or even a stripper, like they say something that's like, well bitch, you're a fucking stripper or a prostitute. It's just like, what does that mean? Like it's just my occupation. Like you sell drugs, you murder people, like, fuck you, you know?
Sex. I'm unclean, I'm less pure, I sleep around, sure. But isn't that what you were begging for?
I can, which honestly I haven't in a while. I did it during the summer a lot, but I'm on my free cams, and then is sending nudes for money, that's sex work, right? Okay, I do that too. And I've done that with like sugar daddies and like people to that extent, but I haven't actually met up with one yet. I've been in situations to where I'm talking about like proposals with like different men and like just laying down what I want. Like, sometimes it comes like creepily close to where it's like prostitution, which is fine, but I feel like with a sugar baby it should be more of like a connection, like an actual relationship. That's how you should treat it. And I've just come in contact with such creepy guys that I don't know, I just think about like they just like strictly want to have sex with me like twice a week, and then they send me a certain amount of money, and then they just like are like calling you baby and like sending you dick pics, and it's just like gross old men. So different people who are such strong women and are so open about their sexuality, it makes me feel empowered to do what I do, so it doesn't ever feel like, oh, like, let me get on the camera, like, let me make some money, like, this is a fucking chore. It's like I'm literally using my body, not doing a damn thing, like doing something that I literally enjoy and getting money, and that's so sick. So I love it. People forget that there's like people literally on the streets like having sex in really dangerous situations, and they should be treated just as equal, even though it's illegal. They should be treated as the same level that like we're treated just being like cam girls on the internet, you know, like completely safe in our own homes. It just breaks my heart to think that there's people that like risk their lives and have sex with the sketchiest people and then are just shamed just to make money for their families and make money for themselves, even if they're supporting just their drug habit or anything. It's just to sustain themselves and to shame them ever for doing something just because it's illegal in America. It's so fucked up, and I feel for those women every day, and I just want to like, I wish I could take them all in and just give them a hug and let them know that what they're doing is okay. Oh. Ooh. And if I ever meet a sex worker whoever shames like a prostitute for doing something illegal, I'll fucking throw down right there. Like that shit's not cool, and I can't. I'm done.
Hi, I'm a slut, and no, that doesn't mean I am nothing. Hi, I'm a slut, and that doesn't mean I am nothing more but the girl asking for it.
What I do is I cam, so I go on, you know, your campsite and whatever, and what I usually do is just do private shows really, but it's like every now and then I'll actually cam and just have like an audience, but for the most part private shows, because that's where I make most of my money. But for private like shows, it's usually old men. A lot of them ask me to like have them fly me out to where they're at and like spend all this money on me. Of course, like I'm not at that. I'm not trying to do that, but like, you know, like that's a part of like who the audience is. Like a lot of them also search for like companions and stuff like that. And I mean, I know some people that actually do that. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. It's just, you know, it's not for me. These guys are like 50, 60 years old. Yeah, that's not attractive to me, you know. So that's me. Mainly why? I don't know, I've always been really open about my sexuality, and I really never really cared about like people looking at my body, because I don't know, I was always really comfortable with my body. I felt like I could do it too. I was also really careful about where would this be on and who was usually the audience, and most like people that I would know would never like watch cams, or probably don't even know what that is actually. If I'm like really good friends with them and they've already known me for a couple of years, I'll really just tell them like just like nonchalant about it, just like be like, oh yeah, I do this on the side, and they'll just look at me like, what? That's crazy. Plenty of times I've been called a slut. A slut doesn't bother me at all. I don't know, I kind of embrace it. I kind of try to help others embrace their inner slut. Society tends to see it as okay for males. I mean, males don't really have to worry too much about it because they're like, oh, he's just a dude, like that's what dudes do, you know. I think it's sad that it is like that, because I mean, why discourage one and not the other one when they're both just trying to do the same thing, have fun, make connections with people, and like, you know, live their life while, you know, it's like their life, why should it matter to you?
So I am a stripper now, and then I've done porn before, like once and then almost twice. You go through like an agent when you first start doing porn, and I went through like one of the reputable ones because that's what somebody else recommended. I quit my job because I wanted to do porn, like I was that sure of it, and then I got online and I filled out the application, and then the first like scene I ever did was like casting couch. That one was fine. And then they sent me up to do like a solo, which is like masturbation, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So it was very awkward and uncomfortable. And then I had a boyfriend at the time, so I like was like, I just don't want to do this because of my boyfriend, blah, 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 which wasn't even that. I just wanted to get out of the situation. I sometimes like the money if it's a good day. Being a stripper in particular is that you're not gonna have these days where you're making $1,000. Like you're probably gonna make like, I've lost money more times than like you would think, like walking in. So you're not guaranteed money, you don't get paid. So that's hard because you can go in and, I mean, you can come out with $1,000 one day, or you can make $200 or less. And it's not even worth your time going in. I like it when it's good, I hate it when it's bad. I'm like, I hate this place, I want to find a new club, like why am I doing this? So, but I'm kind of ready to get out of it. I've been doing it for 9 months, almost. Yeah, almost 9 months. I'm ready to get out. I think it is degrading, only because stripping's different than like if you were like a cam model or even like escorting, because like at least you can be like a little more picky because you don't have that first, you're meeting these people first in real life. Sometimes you don't know if they're gonna you know, try to touch you or like in a way that you don't want them to. So I'm a stripper, they're not supposed to like touch us or kiss us or anything, but I have guys who like try to kiss my neck, or they'll be like, oh, like do you do extras, blah, blah. And I'm like no. When you're meeting them like first, it's hard to like set those boundaries, because if you tell them like, oh, they'll ask you sometimes up front like, will you like give me a hand job or whatever, and you say no, and then somebody else is gonna do it and they're gonna get that money. So that's where I find it's like frustrating, is like men in particular not separating, because I mean, I can't say men because like women go in there, but the majority of people who go in there are men. So they don't separate like a brothel from a strip club. It's like all the same to them because they can get prostitution at the strip club. So why would they go anywhere else? I haven't really had any issues dating. Like nobody has cared. Nobody's treated me any differently than they would have normally. And I also typically date like older, so like they especially don't care. I have a guy now that I'm like seriously like trying to get wifed up so I can get out of stripping.
As a sex worker, I'm a cam girl. I cam for money. That's what I do. I've been a cam girl for a few months now. I started back in March, and I was in a really tight spot, like financially, and thought, what a better way to make quick money in a way that I knew I would be able to do. And so I came across Chatterbait and just signed up, and I've been doing it ever since. My face is kind of attached to the career that I want to pursue. Sex work isn't something that I plan to stay in for a long time. And so I think that keeping my identity anonymous will benefit me in the long run, because my face is part of the career that I want to go into. I only tell people that are also interested in becoming sex workers. So like, if someone were to express to me like, oh, hey, I'm like thinking about going into this, like, I would probably tell them about my experience and open up about what I do. A lot of people that know my online presence don't know about this presence that I have that's separate. So I think that also has a lot to do with it. So it's like a separate audience. I know that I've been in relationships where the person that I was with wasn't supportive of what I did, and why would I like exclude someone just because they do sex work? Like, I wouldn't want someone to do that to me, so why would I do that to them? I have an opinion about prostitution in that, like, I don't think a lot of the time it's like a chosen career. It's like something that I feel like a lot of people are either like sold into prostitution, or like they're in financial situations where they have no other option, and it's because of like the circumstance in which, like the environment in which they live in. I've been called a slut multiple times, just in passing, not acknowledging a man's presence on the street if they're, trying to grab at my attention, just as an insult, they'll throw it out, or in regards to like what I do. I have been lucky enough to attract an audience that doesn't do that. They don't shame me, and they don't anything. They're very supportive in what I do. So it's interesting because the audience that you would think that response would come from, it like doesn't, and then I experience it just on a daily basis of like within like the general public. That's like something that's like a frequent occurrence, just walking down the street. My definition of a slut is that sluts don't exist because it's just this made-up derogatory term that men have made up to feel somehow more empowered than women. I just think it's a very degrading concept. So I don't think the concept of slut is a thing. Like, I don't think it exists. It's a construct, and it's reflective of the misogynistic patriarchy that we live in. It's funny when the ones who scream whore the loudest are the ones who are thirstiest for my blood.